Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back again with another video. In today's video we are going to be doing a hybrid cat eye look. So let's go ahead and get started. First things first, we are going to be placing the gel pads on the lower lashes to keep them down and away. Really make sure you take your time with this because they're going to be under your client's eye for quite some time. So you want to make sure that your client is comfortable and that it is not poking them. After we do that, we're going to go in with some tape. You can use pretty much any tape of your choice. I like to use the NextCare Sensitive Skin Tape. I get a lot of questions about it. It's going to be linked in the description box down below, along with the rest of the products that we're using today. My client requested a C-Curl hybrid set. Now, if you know me, you know I don't have a lot of C-Curl because I don't use a lot of C-Curl. I mainly use D-Curl. So I only have this one tray of C-Curls and it's from Lash God and it's a 0.07. Now you guys are going to be like, how are you going to do a hybrid set with a 0.07 lash diameter? Well, I'm going to show you. So I'm just kind of setting them up on my lash tile, and then once we get into the application, I'll show you guys exactly how you can achieve a hybrid set with a 0.07 diameter. Before we go ahead with our application, we are going to shake up our adhesive. I'm using the SoCo Lashes Stay a While adhesive. Just a little disclaimer, this adhesive does have a quick dry time, so I do not recommend it if you are a beginner. So just keep that in mind. And then we're going to shake our adhesive up, obviously wiping it with our nozzle wipe and burping our adhesive, a very, very important step. And I like to place it on my glue ring. That's how I like to do it. You can put it on your jade stone or however way you want. And then we are going to lash map. This is really important for me, especially when I'm doing a full set. Because I want the eyes to be symmetrical and I want it to obviously look as flawless as possible. So lash mapping is very, very important. We are going to do a cat eye. So that means we need to work short to long. So I'm going to go from 9 millimeters in the inner corner to 15 millimeters on the outer corner. And as you can see right here, I jumped from 12 to 14. And that is just because it is really going to accentuate that outer half of the eye and give it a lifted look. So it is okay to jump lengths. So as you can see, we went from 12 to 14 to 15. So to give us that nice hybrid look while still using a 0.07, I am only doing 2D fans. So what that means is I'm picking up two 0.07 lashes. So 2 of them, and I'm kind of just fanning them out a little bit and placing that. And if you do that with full coverage on the entire eye, well, it obviously depends on how many lashes your client has, but that should give you a hybrid look. So that is how I achieved it. We're going to do that all throughout the eye, and I like to alternate eyes just to give it enough time to dry before I move on to the next. Obviously, there are some of her natural lashes that are a little bit brittle or maybe, smaller than the usual lash. For those lashes, I only placed one 0.07 lash just because I want to get the fullness, but I also don't want to damage the natural lash. So that means I'm going to go in with only one. And yeah, that is pretty much what I did for the entire set. I was a little bit skeptical when I was doing this because I wasn't sure if it was going to be too full or too sparse. So yeah, but it worked out. So 2D fans throughout the whole set should give you a hybrid look without actually using classics or too many lashes in a fan. So yeah, I was really, really happy with how this set turned out. She absolutely loved it. I think it really emphasized her eye shape, and I really tried to, when I was mapping it out, kind of work around her eye shape and make it look good with her eye shape. So yeah, So as you can see now, I am about 60-70% done with the lashes, and at this point is where I started using my tape back method. I always like to switch up how I do this method. I will either use a nozzle wipe, or I will do just tape, or any other method. But for today, we're just doing a long piece of tape with a smaller piece of tape right in the middle, like facing the opposite way, so then the middle part is not sticky. So then, the lashes don't get stuck or pull off with the tape. So that's what I did, and I'm kind of just doing that in sections. So I have the middle part of her eye taped up, and then I'm doing the bottom layer that I did not lash yet. And with this trick, I wanted to use it in this set specifically because obviously, since we are using 2D fans, we're going to have to get 90 to 100% coverage in order for us to actually, make it look like a hybrid set. So that is specifically why I am choosing the tape back method and why I'm lashing in layers. It just also helps me lash a lot faster when I am trying to do a full coverage set. So yeah, I kind of just did that on the middle, outer corner, inner corner, whatever, wherever that you feel you need it. But I typically find that the lash areas with the most amount of layers is the middle and outer corner. And then we're just going to take off the adhesive, being careful not to have like lashes that are stuck on it, and then also just being very gentle with our client's eyelid. Yeah, so now I'm taking that off, and I like to always brush through just because, lashes move around and they're going to look a little bit wonky. So just make sure that you're brushing through to actually, see what they actually look like. And then I also like to go in with my lash mirror to help me see what the lashes are looking like, if they're too full, if they're not full enough. If I need to add certain lengths. So I'm just looking in the mirror just to make sure that everything's okay from the other view. So now I'm actually going with another taping method, and it is the inner corner tape method, and it's just where you place a piece of tape, pull the eyelid out, so that all of the little inner corner lashes can be revealed. And that's when I like to lash those 9mm to 10mm lashes, just because those are kind of hard to get and isolate because they are so tiny. And for this portion of the lash set, I actually mostly used 1D. So meaning I only placed one lash of the 0.07. I'm trying to be very cautious of the weight of the lashes compared to the natural lashes, and obviously the natural lashes that are in the inner corner are very brittle and tiny, so I'm making sure that I'm being careful with the weight of the extension. Alrighty, now we are done the set. I'm nano misting at about 10 inches away from the lashes, and I get this question a lot, what's in the nano mister? It's just distilled water, guys. You can also add a few drops of your super bonder in there, and I actually didn't get a clip of me applying the super bonder, but I applied bonder on there as well. And then I'm just fanning the lashes one last time before removing the gel pads. Thing that I like to do before removing the gel pads is this right here, and I'm just slightly lifting up the eyelid just to make sure that none are stuck before I go ahead and take the gel pad off. So that's just like a little step you can do, and then I like to pull the eyelid slightly up and then remove the gel pad just so that it's like doesn't touch the lashes, it's not gonna bother her. And yeah, I don't know, that's just how I like to do it. But yeah, and then if I notice that there's a lash kind of in between the gel pad and the tape, then I do layer by layer. So I take the tape off and then I take the gel pad, instead of just ripping the whole thing off completely. So there's that little tip. But there are the lashes. They look absolutely stunning. I love the way the C-curl looks. It's just so beautiful. I love that I was able to do this without using classics, and let me know how I did in the comments down below. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already and click the notification bell so you can be notified every time I post a new video. And make sure to follow my Instagram for all the latest updates, and I will see you guys